Okay, guys, highlights from GreatStockPicks.com, live trading chat room on Monday, July 23rd. To most people, this MAKO chart wouldn't look very bullish, and that's accurate. However, after this big gap down, and then it's been grinding below the lows of the next day after the gap down. They had a low of 1341 right here. A lot of people view a stock like this as a short once it gets below that area. I look at that and say, you know what, it's fallen 5 days or whatever to get there, and it's probably about ready to reverse. Okay, so there's no blind entry, so it doesn't really matter to put forth a thesis on a stock and then watch it, right? I always say it doesn't cost anything to have it on a chart. I'll add today's candle in, and you can see it got a nice bounce. How did I call it on an intraday basis? Okay, now we've got 5-minute candles here, and this is what it looked like. Okay, basically you had the opening 5-minute candle high, and then you had a lower high right here, and basically a base or a range, however you want to word it. My call was 1262. I said if it gets up there, 1249 stop, 13 cents risk. So there's the entry idea. There's the stop. What's the thinking? You're over this little morning base, and you should get through the high of the day. If you get 1262, you're probably going to break the high of the day. Mako's beaten up, and you might get some short covering. There's the trigger. We did get through the high of the day, did not come close to the stop, and just grinded higher, however you want to word that, all day long. So from 1262, 13 cents risk, it went to 1347, 85-cent move in our favor, and a lot of that was pretty quickly. So there was one call from the day. Expedia, one of the best calls I've made all year wasn't on a stock. It was on adding all-stars to our list of members. Okay, so when someone demonstrates low-risk trading prowess and good calls, one of our members, you know, time and time again, and I try to keep an eye out for potential all-stars, I'll go ahead and upgrade them to all-star status, and then their font is a different color than everybody else, and when they type something in the chat, it makes a chime. So it makes their calls stand out. So we've got 4 or 5 members that have been upgraded to all-star status, and one thing I always hear from our members is that's probably the best thing I've ever done for the room. So it's a lot easier to see when one of our regular all-stars makes a call now. And Stephen B from our chat room, we just upgraded him on I guess last week on Friday to all-star status, and he's already at it making killer calls today. His idea today was Expedia 44.93, so basically right there with a low of day stop. So there was the entry, there's the stop, 44.93. I believe, if I have that right, it was 11 cents risk. Okay, and from 44.93 you can see it made it all the way up here without ever touching the stop. It moved $1.69 a share on 11 cents risk, and I'm not done with Stephen B yet. KORS long base this afternoon. Stephen B's idea was above this base, a break of 39, called it at 39.02 right there. Worst case stop, 13 cents below. And this is why he's an all-star, because he pays special attention to low-risk setups, okay? So there's your trigger, there's your stop, and that's what I like. So that's what I try to focus on, and we have a lot of different style traders in there, but those are the ones that I post, or whatever you want to call it, upgrade to all-star status, because they're kind of in that same mindset as I am, looking for very tight stops, very low-risk entries, and again, Stephen B's definitely demonstrated that. And you can see from 39.02, this makes it almost a 40. Went to 39.95 for a 93-cent move on 13 cents risk. Another great call by Stephen B. ATPG, a low-priced one here. I put out basically over this base, over this long intraday base, looking for a little short covering. My idea was 254, which it hit right here. Worst case stop, 250, 4 cents risk, and from 254, this doesn't look like much, but 254 to 274, that's 20 cents. That's a nice little percentage gain on $2 and something stock. And I think most of us in the chat made money on that one. And then again, I'm still not done with Stephen B. He demonstrated his prowess one more time, calling TWX at 37.20 right there. I can't really draw arrows very well, so I'll use the arrow tool right there with a low of day stop. Amazing. 37.20 stop was 12 cents below, and it went to 37.61. 41-cent move doesn't sound like much, but day trading, that's a nice little payday right there on very little risk. And that was the entire set of calls from the day, except for I made one other one in a story stock, Odyssey Marine Exploration, at 373, and this ended up doing nothing, so doesn't deserve to be in the highlight video. Let me double check. Yeah, 373, basically over this kind of trend line, if you will. This would have been the entry. Worst case stop probably down here or low of day, and it went quickly to 380. So you could have had a scalp there. I ended up just letting this thing grind all day and killed it for basically a flat hours later. So that was it. Another great day without virtually without any losing trades at all. And again, hats off to Stephen B. And the other all-stars are amazing as well. So I'm going to quit babbling, but just a fantastic day, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.